Hey guys, this is Tony with Affinity Designs. Today I'm back with another Affinity video. Today I want to talk about what are studios in Affinity. So Affinity is one app instead of multiple apps. It uses studios to do this. There's some things we can go over studios, how to make them work best for you. Also, what are some additional studios you can have and how to even build a custom studio. If you learned something, if you like this, like and subscribe, and let's just hop into it. Alright, here we are with Affinity. I got my business card up here. Over here, we're going to go and we're going to look at the studios. The studios are up here on the top. So when you start out, let me put it back. When you open Affinity first, you'll have Vector, Pixel, Layout, and Canva AI. These are all your studios that you can switch between, and this will change how the software works. Right now we're in the Vector preset, and I have my panels selected how I want them selected, so that I have whatever I need quickly near me. Let's say I'm doing a lot of photo work though, and I want to switch to pixels. Now as you notice, over here, some of these tools have changed, along with my panels here. These are all my pixel tools, so there's brushes here, there's selection tools, there's wand tools, all those. Think of this normally how you would use Photoshop versus Illustrator. You have a lot of those tools that are now here. Let's do the same thing with layout. Layout as well. We also have here, if I click this is pages. We have master pages, pages, just like we would have in InDesign. And again, I've customized this to my personal liking. You can move this around. You can say, I want this over here, actually. I could take pages and drop them over here. And it'll get snapped over there. So I want the same thing with assets. And as you see, we have a dual window. I personally am not the biggest fan over here. I like all my stuff over here. You can choose how you want to use this as you decide. Canva AI, this goes into say AI features that Canva has. You will need to have the Pro feature to have these on. I don't have those because I personally do not see a need for my personal use of it. But it's here if you want to use it. Let's hit this 3 dots over here. Now we're going to have some options for some other studios that we don't have available right away. So we could have slice. This is more for stuff like web use when you have to slice stuff up to make it work, or if you're even doing an option maybe potentially for a wall or something. So that's an option. If we go here, we have retouching, color grading. These are good for if you're doing heavy photo editing, if you're really using that for, if you're really using Affinity for your photo touching, your raw photos and all that stuff, these are good for those use cases. So it's like we have Bridge and we have Lightroom also baked in here. Let's shut these off so I just don't get confused by what I have here. We also have typography and compositing, sorry. So typography, we have all our type tools thrown into one window. This is a little bit overwhelming for me. I like to hide stuff a little bit just to make it easier on my eyes. Compositing, again, this is stuff for Photoshop as well. So you have these abilities of all these ones. We can also right click any of these. And we can have, we can choose how it views. We could do icon only. We could do auto, so it only shows what one we're on right now. We could do icon and text how it's defaults. We can also go here and edit this. So we can change the color. We can change the icon. We can edit this as we need. We can also go in here and let's hide typography and compositing right now. We can also make our own studio. Same here. And I like the pixel one, but I need one specifically for a different workflow. Maybe I'm doing heavy photo editing, but I don't like how these work. But I still want to keep my default. So I'm going to go to pixels. I'm going to say copy from pixels. I'll make this pink, and I'll call this T8 or IGD retouch. And we'll make this the icon. We'll make the squiggly the icon, actually. We'll create it. As you see here, we have our, what looks very similar to pixels, but now we can go in here and let's add, let's go to pixels. Let's add a metadata section. Let's add an adjustments panel. But let's move the adjustment panel over here. Let's also add our layers over here. Now, say if we go to pixels, we can now see all those changes for where we put our panels has moved. I like to think of this as like workflows in Illustrator or Adobe, but on roids. So you can have your tool selection on the side, but you can now modify this as further as you want. I really like this. I like how these work. You can modify your studios as much as you want. You can even say right now we have all our pixel tools, but say really in this workload, I really also need some vector tools because I use them a lot for some reason. So I really like to use my strokes also. I'll also bring my stroke tool in, and here it is right here. Let's snap this above that. So I got my adjustments here, I got my strokes here. I can make this customizable as much as I want, and I can add tools from different personas or different studios, put them in here so they're all in one spot. If you learned something, if you like something, if you got something out of this, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.